Hello, good day to everyone. So, bago tayo magsimula dun sa ating lesson, I just want to ask, do you know what is your talent? Are you aware that you do have a talent? And if the answer to that question is yes, when was the last time did you use your talent to glorify the Lord? So, in our society today, napaka-uso or it's very popular sa ating media yung mga talent shows. They're like in one channel, probably five or more, and each time they always manage to gain a great response from the audience. Siguro may time na ikaw din mismo bumoto ka either online or by text or kung ano man yung mga modes kung saan pwede mong i-support yung iyong bet na candidate. But even so, what about you? Have you ever wondered kung yung talent na meron ka ay yun na lang ba? O meron pang hindi ka pa nadidiscover? And during what time do you use your talent? And what is the motive behind it? Do you use it to gain popularity, to earn money, or to gain recognition, or kahit ano? Or do you really use it to give glory for God and to inspire others to get out of their shell and they too also to show that God has given them gifts that they could use not just for themselves but also in bringing others closer to Him. So today we are going to learn about the parable of the talents, which can be found in Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 to 30. So before that, I just want you to know that God has entrusted each of us with resources to use in the furthering of His kingdom of love. And we each have been called to invest the resources we have been given so that they can grow and multiply. So, ang tanong dito is, if someone loaned you $1 million and you had to pay it back in 10 years, what would you do with it? Kung meron magbibigay sa inyo ng or magpapautang ng $1 million or whatever currency comes into your mind and you had 10 years to pay it back, ano yung naiisip niyong gawin doon sa pera na yun? Are you going to buy luxury goods, travel all around the world, or kung ano na lang maisip mo bilhin, shopping here, shopping there, or are you going to invest it either in a property, a business, or kung ano man yung sa tingin nyo ang pwedeng magawa for $1 million? Of course, you would, in our time, you would want to make the most of it. So you have to make a plan kung saan makikinabang ang both sides. For you, for your future, and of course, na maibalik mo doon sa nagpahiram yung amount na ibinigay niya sa'yo. So we do not need to fearfully hoard or hide what we have been given. It is important that we not let fear trap us in this way. Otherwise, the results are tragic. Fear often cripples our faith. Hindi tayo makagalaw pag tayo ay natatakot. If we are always hesitating to move forward, probably we have fear of rejection, fear of being humiliated, or fear of being criticized. But the most important thing is we should let our faith override our fear. We should be able to conquer it with the help of the Lord. So today, yung tulad sa nabanggit kanina, our passage would be in Matthew 25:14 to 30. So let's just watch this clip for us to be refamiliarized if you're already aware of the story at sa mga hindi pa. And this is the shortest and the simplest explanation. So let's take a moment to watch.
Once upon a time, there was a man about to go on a journey. This is a story Jesus told called a parable. This man had 3 servants. Before he left for his trip, he called them to watch over his money. To one, he gave 5 bags of gold. To another, he gave 2 bags.
Yahoo!
And to another, he gave 1 bag.
Woohoo!
After he did this, the master left on his journey. The man who'd received 5 bags of gold immediately put his money to work, gaining 5 more. The one with 2 bags did the same and gained 2 more. But the man who had received the 1 bag of gold left, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master returned to collect his money. The man who had received 5 bags of gold returned his gold first.
Master, you've entrusted me with 5 bags of gold, and I've gained 5 more.
Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. Now, I will put you in charge of many things.
The man who was given 2 bags came next.
Master, you've entrusted me with 2 bags of gold, and I've gained 2 more.
Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. Now, I will put you in charge of many things.
Then the man who had received 1 bag of gold came.
Master, I was afraid I'd disappoint you, so I buried your gold. Here it is back.
You wicked and lazy servant. You should have put my money in the bank so I'd at least get interest back. I'm sorry, my servant, but you are fired. We have no use for you here. As I've said before, whoever is faithful with a little will be trusted with a lot. You were not faithful with a little, so I cannot trust you anymore.
This was the parable of the bags of gold. We must all be faithful with what God has given us, because it all belongs to Him. If you do that, you will surely be blessed. And being blessed by God is the greatest it can get. The end.
So that's the story of the parable of the talents. So how and why does the master entrust his money to these servants? Balikan natin yung passage. In verse 14 to 15, "For it will be like a man going on a journey, who called his servants and entrusted to them his property. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away." So kung titignan natin kung ano ba yung mga naka-highlight dito ay yung how it would be yung pag-divide niya ng mga talents, 5, 2, and 1. And why? That is because the man would be, or the master would be going on a journey. So, a talent, yung talent na nire-refer dito ay, it's not a personal ability, but a measure of money equal to thousands of dollars. So, tingnan natin, how much ba yung talent na yun kung titingnan natin sa ating currency? So, a talent was worth approximately 6,000 denarii, which would take a day laborer 20 years to earn that much. So, yung amount ng isa, na yung binigay dun, yung lease na ibinigay niya sa isang servant, ay yung kailangan pa niyang pagtrabahuan yun in a period of 20 years. So, imagine mo na lang yung binigyan ng 2 or ng 5. But let's make it more relatable. I-convert natin sa currency in this time. So, in today's currency, a talent would be approximately worth around $300,000 or at least 1 million reals. So, dun sa isa, 1 million. Sa isa, paano ba ito i-convert? 5 million? Basta, kaya nyo na yung i-compute. So, this is the amount that is referred or mentioned there in our passage. So put yourself in the place of the first and the third servant. What thoughts, beliefs, and feelings would you have experienced if you were entrusted with their talents? Kung ikaw yung pinagkatiwala ng boss mo or ng CEO or anyone who is higher than you, ng ganun kalaking pera, 1 million reals. Sabi niya, oh, I'm giving you 1 million reals, sa'yo 2 million, sa kanya 5 million, and then I would be going on a vacation. Yun lang. That's the instruction. What would you do with that million reals? You know it's not your money. You know your master or your boss entrusted it to you to do something with it worthwhile. So ano yung mga una mong maiisip yung mga paniniwala and feelings, would you feel that, hala, pera ko to, binigay niya to, I'm entitled to at least a share of this? Or, naisip mo ba na, palalaguin ko to, palalakihin ko para pag nagkaroon ng interest, matuwa sa akin yung boss, maybe, bigyan niya ako ng portion. Or, ang gagawin mo na lang para katulad nung huling servant, you would just play it safe na ibaon mo na lang. Ngayon, hindi na tayo nagbabaon ng pera sa lupa or baga ang ginagawa na lang, nilalagay na lang sa alkansya or sa piggy bank or siniksik mo sa ilalim ng closet or anywhere that you think it's safe or ilagay mo dun sa isang vault or a safe para sure na walang mawawala, walang mababawas, wala rin manadagdag. So what would you think? So the master really is not concerned with the dollar amount earned. What's important here is the servant's trust in the master's goodwill toward them and their willingness to invest what is given to them without fear. So the key word here is the trust. And trust is the foundation of the relationship between the master and the servant. Kaya doon may kita yung differences ng kanilang mga reactions, ng mga actions na ginawa nila regarding the talent that was entrusted to them. So as you look at the statements of the three servants, in verses 20, 22, and 24 to 25, what can you infer about their relationships with their master? So tignan natin isa-isa. Verse 20, this was the first one. And he who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 talents more, saying, Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. Here, I have made 5 talents more. Sabi niya, boss, binigyan mo ako ng 5 talent. So ngayon, binigyan ulit kita, same amount, 5 talents, na doble ko. And in verse 22 for the second servant, and he who also had the 2 talents came forward, saying, Master, you delivered to me 2 talents. Here, I have made 2 talents more. Just like the first, ay nadoble rin niya yung amount na ibinigay niya. And here comes the third servant. What did he say? He who had received the 1 talent came forward, saying, Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you scattered no seed. So I was afraid. I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here, you have what is yours. Just read it again silently and look at the differences sa kanilang mga response.